just joined us, you're watching the Channels Television, celebrating 21 years of professional broadcasting. This is the news at 10. Here's a reminder of our major stories. Residents of Aporoza community in Baramatu Kingdom demand the release of some of their youth arrested several weeks ago over connections with the Niger Delta Avengers. Acting Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris says the police will continue to establish civil authority in communities liberated from the Boko Haram terrorists. Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, John Oyegun, says his party is yet to get over the loss of the seat of Deputy Senate President to the opposition People's Democratic Party. And 3 officers are shot dead, 3 others wounded in a shooting at Baton Rouge, where a black man was killed by the police 2 weeks ago. Just a reminder that all our top stories can be found on our websites, channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. We do encourage you to use the Eyewitness feature on the Channels TV app. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. And here are a few pictures you sent into our Eyewitness portal. We begin with this one, sent in from Gwarimpa area within the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. It shows cattle crossing this road. Our Eyewitness reporter calls on relevant agencies to stop this illegal act. Our next photo is of a broken electricity pole along Palm Avenue Road in Mushin local government area here in Lagos. Eyewitness reporter wants it fixed to avert any mishap. This photo was sent in from the Kaduna Western Bypass. It shows vehicles moving slowly and carefully along this bad road. Eyewitness reporter calls on state authorities to fix it before the rains begin again. This photo shows a truck lying sideways after it fell over a bridge in Akwanga local government area in Nasarawa State. A final picture comes from Harvey Road in Yaba area of Lagos. We're seeing refuse dumped indiscriminately. Eyewitness report advises residents to take care of their refuse properly and desist from such unhealthy practices. Thanks for sending in these pictures. Know that you too can become an Eyewitness reporter for Channels Television. Physical and psychological violence against children occurs in school and in families. It happens mostly within environments where children are thought to be safe. In Nigeria, information on child violence in labor are usually not reported, which makes the job of authorities a lot more difficult. In our special report tonight, our correspondent, Oroluwa Shunibare, looks at some issues surrounding the girl child and the increasing need to protect her.
From these rape statistics, it is not difficult to conclude that for a long time, the world has been a violent place. But beyond the violence, there is a worrisome trend on who the victims are: women and teenage girls. Although there are cases of adolescent boys being sexually molested, the feminine gender is more on the receiving end. Young girls also experience other crimes such as child labor, prostitution, and trafficking, which the United Nations described in this declaration reached on the 20th of December 1993 as worrisome. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, as with most countries, cases of rape are hardly reported. Reason for this is the fear of being exercised by the society that is expected to protect them. A situation this mother says is not in any way good for the society.
The irony of the issue is at the end of the day, you still see this poverty recycling, because by the end of the day, these 12 years, 13 years, 15-year-old girls, they get pregnant. At the age of 13, 14, you see children giving birth. So how many children are you expecting by the time she's about 30?
Which is why, during this year's celebration of the World Population Day on July the 11th, It came as no surprise that the theme was geared at investing in teenage girls. The event served as an avenue for girls to make demands.
We need to all come together to prevent or to stop what happening to our children because we deserve more.
My life is very miserable. If I say I will know what is inside my life, they will not go out with it. Because my parents will not have money to sponsor me to this school.
My question goes like this.
And ask questions about issues bothering them.
If you're a teenager and you're in the northern part of Nigeria where early marriage is practiced, and if you don't want to do it and you are serious with your education, and what if the people around you are saying you are disobeying your parents? What are you supposed to do?
Asking me that I want to take me out. I reported it to my auntie, but my auntie did not do anything. But I don't know what to do because I'm also confused. I reported him to my counselor in school, but she said she just advised me, but I don't know what to do. So I need some advice.
For those in position of authority, the cases are as serious as they are disturbing.
In Lagos, there are courts on abuses. Don't be shy. Nothing is sufficient enough to destroy your life. If a girl is raped by even 100 men, it does not stop her from becoming the president of Nigeria tomorrow. It does not stop her from having her own children tomorrow. Nothing in life should put you down. Nothing the man does or anybody does to you should put you down. You alone can put yourself down.
I know it is a religious and a social problem, but we have been told that by many religious leaders that really it is not a religious problem, that Islam does not really ask men to marry teenagers as such. So it is more of a social problem, a cultural problem. And I want to ask a question. Why do you want a baby to give birth to another baby?
How would you feel if this happened to your child? If your daughter was made to go through life with this trauma? It is time to stand up for what is right. Protect your child. Orolu Bare, Channels Television News.
We're going deep into the discussion now. Joining me to look further at the issue is a legal practitioner and president of the Nigerian chapter of the African Women Lawyers Association, Mandi Asaba. Thank you for joining us on the News at 10. We just watched, that report and some girls giving their experiences and asking questions and so on. It just made me think: does society misunderstand the girl child?
To a large extent, yes, because the girl child, put it this way, the girl child needs extra protection and care. We need to go the extra mile to protect the girl child. She's vulnerable in all circumstances. Where there's poverty in the home, the girl child is most vulnerable. She's the one that the parents will send out to go and do some dirty jobs. Anyhow, whether prostitution or anything, to bring money to help the home. The same girl child is the one that they will send to go and hawk on the street. Most of the time, the parents believe the girl child is more responsible, so they can trust her to do the work and bring the money home. So to a large extent, the girl child is always the one who suffers in every situation.
And it sounds to be like you're saying the girl child is more hardworking and more responsible.
More responsible, that's what it is.
So the onus is on the parents.
On the parents.
To, they should also train the boy child.
To train the boy child to breastfeed. But the Nigerian context, or put it this way, the African context, they believe the boy child should be given that honor. The boy child should just be there, maybe go to play, for recreational activities and stuff. While the girl child should be the one taking care of the home. I have a scenario where I had some students, some passed the school start examination, gained admission to the university from the same home, 2 of them. Then they are far older. Then a young man who just passed the exam was asked to go to the university, and they paid for him to go. why the girl child remains at home. I was opportune because these girls were working for me. And then when they told me, I was so pained. I was like, why didn't you tell me? They didn't even tell me why they didn't go to the university that year. They only said, oh, they decided to continue working. And I was so pained. That is just the typical Nigerian woman for you. It pains me that we are the women. We are still the cause of these problems. We still believe that the girl child is not as unique as the male child.
Yeah, I've
so we still give them that preference in everything. The male child is a superman who must be honored, respected, who must not do anything in the home, who must go to school. And then if the male child, if there's no school fees, they don't mind borrow money from anybody, or even sell the girl child. Well, sorry to use the word sell. Give her out in early marriage so they can get money to train the male child. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, and I've heard the notion, that the girl children are expected. One of the reasons why parents will spend so much training a girl child is because at the end of the day she gets married, and now she becomes the responsibility of her husband.
Yeah.
But here in Nigeria, there seems to be there is legislature against the treatment of a girl child being allowed to go out of the street to hawk, or to be taken into prostitution and so on. But there just never seems to be much achieved, even with the legislature in place.
Yeah, I think the major problem is that of awareness. We are creating awareness by the day. Lagos State government is doing a wonderful work, with creation of awareness in cases of empowering the girl child. But I think we still need to do more. We found out that most of the awareness we're creating is more within the elite group. We need to go to the interiors. That is where the major problems are. They are the ones that are poor. They are the ones that need to send the girl child to go do menial jobs, trading and all whatnot, survive. They are the ones that will keep the girl child at home rather than being in school. They are the ones that don't even believe that a girl child should be schooled. I remember in those days, even the educated ones, it's so bad that you find out that at the early stage of my own life as a young lady, my father believed in giving his daughters good education because he had too many girls. We had just one man in the midst of six children. And then my father believed so much in us. But here we are, my grandmother would say, no, don't waste the money on these girls. These ones will soon get pregnant and be married out. That is how bad it is. So what we are saying is that we need to create more awareness that the girl child is just as good as the boy child. And there should be parity, equality. The girl child is equally as intelligent as the boy child. In most of the schools, you go out to the schools right now to speak. If you look at the excellent results that we have, by the time you wait on a scale of 10, you have 9 girls doing better. Seriously.
Yeah, true.
If you have 10 students in a class, the first 9 are girls. Seriously. Just take, the data of this. I've gone around and I know. I've taken Nigeria, America, England. Just go around. I
think we should look at some of the challenges that we're facing here. For example, you talked about a girl child being sent out to hawk goods and so on. That exposes her to
so much
problems such as rape, prostitution. One of the girls that we saw in the report also was giving her own story, and then we also saw others there. So at the end of the day, these girls experience these things and they keep silent on it, and the rest of society keeps silent, including their parents.
Let me put this way, these girls don't keep silent.
They don't.
The problem we have is that parents are not ready. They don't want to hear it.
Sometimes they don't tell their parents because they're afraid.
Yeah, in cases where they are being threatened. And they'll be afraid because they know they have parents who will not listen, who will not even believe them. In most of the cases we have that we're handling, because our station, we did a lot of pro bono cases, we present these girls in court. We found out that most of the time when the girls even report these incidences, the parents say, "Oh, shut up, don't let anybody hear." 1, because of stigma. 2, in most cases, the cases are settled out of court because of poverty. Of course, the defender comes and then talks to the parents, and then with the prosecutor, before you know it, there's an arrangement and they want to settle the case out of court. And then lawyer is left as if, you are a busybody. I would certainly love to continue this conversation, but we have to go now. Thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Thank you. Thank you so much.
When the News at 10 returns, our community report tonight takes a look at the Kari community in Taraba State, a city divided by conflicts. Do join us again.